Oh, look at him. You can't do that. He's in the avatar state. I'm so upset.
I betrayed Uncle.
You did. If they end the season here, I can't. I can't believe they've done this. All right, 2 books down, 1 to go. Today we're starting the Fire book, and what a crazy place to have left off the Earth book last episode. Like I've said already, nothing like how I thought things were going to transpire, especially with Zuko, man. And look, I should have seen it coming. We still have an entire season left to go, but I really could see Zuko like coming around at the end of last season and then spending the rest of the season like, I don't know, working with Aang, teaching him firebending. Who knows, maybe that'll still happen, but I was ready for it to happen then and there. And a couple of people in the comments are describing Zuko's situation as like a victim going back to their abuser after being promised affection. That is literally what has happened. Like, he's just completely relapsed, and he did feel a little bit bad about it at the end, you know, betraying Iroh. Like, he had a really good period of time with Iroh running the tea shop, and as soon as Azula's come back and told him all the things he wants to hear, and he has the choice right in front of him, he's gone right back to the old Zuko. And who knows how long that is going to last here as we move through this final season here. I really have no idea of what we're going to do from here, which is really exciting. We did manage to escape, and we have the Earth King and his bear with us. I don't know if that's going to amount to anything, but it's like we've almost got a clean slate, you know? I was flirting with the idea of maybe a little time jump. I do love when shows do little time jumps like that, but I know we don't have a lot of time, right, until the comet is here and the day of Black Sun, so maybe that's not a possibility. But aside from that, I have nothing. Obviously, Aang does need to learn firebending from someone, so I'm really curious to see how all that comes about. I'm still hoping it's Zuko. Like and subscribe, check out the Patreon for early access if you're interested, and with all that being said, enjoy the video. Book 3, The Awakening. All right, here we go. Let's get it. Hey, yo! Wait, has it been time? He's got more hair than me right now. Wait, hold on now. Dude, look at him.
What happened?
Where are we? Momo. We are water.
That's gotta be you.
Okay. We water tribe people disguised.
You're awake. Are you sure?
Are you sure?
You're not dreaming. You're
Aww.
finally awake.
Hey, good to see you back with the living, buddy.
Soccer?
Sokka?
It's been time for sure. We are on a Fire Nation ship. That transition to a ship without a flag.
Aren't you cold?
I've got a lot on my mind. Over 3 years since I was home.
He's going back?
I wonder what's changed.
Oh, this is gonna be interesting.
I wonder how I've changed.
That's a big
I
line,
just asked
man.
if you were cold. I didn't ask for your whole life story. Stop worrying.
Are they like a thing? Wait, this came out of nowhere. Like, I know she had a thing for him, but like...
I like your hair.
I have hair?
He doesn't even know.
How long was I out?
A few weeks.
Okay, it's been weeks.
Everything okay?
We're fine, Dad.
Oh, it's him.
He knows who you are. I just called you Dad, didn't I?
Oh,
I guess you're right.
interesting.
It's an honor to meet you.
Great. Now you guys have finally met, so would you mind giving us a little privacy?
Of course.
What's the deal here? Are they beefing? Why?
Are you mad at your dad or something?
What? Not at all. Why would you say that?
Interesting. Oh. It's from the lightning? It must be, right?
A little higher.
When the pain is so great, you start having flashbacks.
Wow. You're definitely in the right area there.
Let me just see if I can...
Ah.
I went down. I didn't just get hurt, did I?
Okay.
It was worse than that.
He's only just
I was
remembering.
gone. But you brought me back.
Wait, like he was dead? Is that what he's saying?
You saved me.
You need to rest.
Man, talk about being thrown into it.
The armies of the Fire Nation surged through
Okay,
the
so we just don't have Ba Sing Se. There's no chance. In the back there, was that, that's not the girl that Zuko went out with that one time. Am I bugging? It's the same family, man. We keep seeing them.
Now the heroes have returned home.
Heroes.
Princess Azula.
Damn, look at Azula. Hey, like I said, Azula actually killed it in the Earth Kingdom.
3 long years, your prince has returned. Zuko!
Damn, look at him. Oh, look. Oh, he doesn't look happy, man. He looks good though. What's his father gonna say though?
We crossed through the Serpent's Pass a few days ago.
Serpent's Pass?
We've been working on a modified version of the invasion plan.
Okay, good.
Sokka's invasion plan.
Yes, Sokka's plan.
What's going on with Katara, man?
We're planning a smaller invasion.
Okay.
Just a ragtag team of our friends and allies from around the Earth Kingdom. The eclipse isn't even our biggest advantage.
We have a secret.
What?
You. Me? Yep. The whole world thinks you're dead.
Oh, true. Oh, what a trump card that is. Oh, I like how they've done this. I really like this.
The world thinks I'm dead? How is that good news?
But it's good if we're trying to surprise attack.
They won't be expecting you on the day of Black
Day
Sun.
of Black Sun, man.
No. This is so messed up.
Uh-oh.
I'll handle this. The Avatar is back.
Oh, come on, Aang. Nah, you're not back.
Remember, they don't know we're not Fire Nation.
Aang's having a real hard time with the situation right now. Who is this guy? He got the Zhao cut.
Actually, we're from the Eastern Fleet. We have orders to deliver some cargo.
Ah, Eastern Fleet. Something's not right.
Oh,
You should
no.
have known that. I think this is a captured ship. Then we'll sink this ship.
They know!
Uh-oh. Oh, the metal bending, man! Toph is ruthless. Katara. Bro, this final battle is gonna be so good when we get to it. Dude, the metal bending gets me so hype, I'm sorry. This is like from the flashback, man. The turtle ducks, and he feeds them differently now.
You seem so downcast. Though actually, May has been in a strangely good mood.
I wonder why.
I haven't seen Dad yet. I haven't seen him in 3 years.
So what?
So, I didn't capture the Avatar.
Who cares? The Avatar's dead. Unless you think he somehow miraculously survived.
He knows Katara can heal, man.
North Pole.
Yep.
It has special properties.
No.
Come
There's
on
no way
now.
I could have survived.
I like what you're doing, Zuko. I see it. Maybe Azula sees it too, though.
Load the top!
The Toph? The Toph is the best. Hey, the show's looking kind of good this season, man. There's like a 1.5 year, 2 year gap between season 2 and this one. I'm just like, look at Katara at the start of season 1 and look at her now, man. Look what she's doing.
I can't just stand by and do nothing.
You're still hurt, and you have to stay secret. Just let us handle this.
Fine.
Yeah, it's hard for him. Ah! Especially when you've just woken up and now you have to just stay hidden.
How we doing?
Things couldn't get much worse.
This is the same thing, right? Like the Serpent's Pass thing.
Thank you, the universe.
Hey, that's one way to deal with it.
Hey, Aang. We're going into town to find some dinner.
Here, tie this around your head. It'll cover your arrow.
I'm not going out if I can't wear my arrow proudly.
I think I understand why being a secret bothers you so much. You don't want people to think you failed.
You're right, I don't.
Okay.
The problem is, I did.
Okay, yeah.
I was in Ba Sing Se. I was there. But I lost.
It surprised me too,
Now
man.
the Earth Kingdom has fallen for good.
Now get out of that mindset.
It's not for good.
Yeah.
Remember, there's still a plan. The invasion.
And I hate the invasion plan too. I don't want you or anyone else risking your lives to fix my mistakes.
Okay, I get it.
I've always known that I would have to face the Fire Lord. But now I know I need to do it alone. Katara, please. Just go.
It's a very rough start to this.
Anything you need?
He needs
To redeem
time.
myself.
And that.
I need my honor back.
Oh, stop it. It's that kind of stuff that just gets me, man. Nothing even needs to be said about that. That was just fantastic. He's not gonna get it back, man. He's not. Zuko, I'm talking about. Not in this way, at least. We're still yet to see him properly, man.
I brought you some food.
Oh, what are we doing now?
Oh no.
Oh boy, we gotta go through this first. But this,
You have been away for a long time. See, the weight of your travels has changed you. You have redeemed yourself, my son.
he's having a dream, he has to be.
welcome home.
This is real? Dude, he has like a kind face, I'm not gonna lie. Dude, I don't know how I feel about that.
What's wrong, Katara?
He left.
What?
He has this ridiculous notion that he has to save the world alone.
Maybe that's his way of being brave.
It's not brave, it's selfish and stupid. I know the world needs him, but doesn't he know how much that we need him too?
And she needs him.
Leave us behind.
You're talking about
Yeah,
you, aren't you?
I caught that, yeah.
How could you leave
Yeah,
us?
okay,
Dad?
I understand now.
I understand why you left. I really do. And I know that you had to go. So why do I still feel this
I'm glad
way?
she came to that herself.
I thought about you every day I was gone.
There's a lot of meaning in that.
I am proud because when your loyalty was tested by your treacherous uncle, you did the right thing and captured the traitor. Proudest of all of your most legendary accomplishment, you slayed the Avatar.
He didn't.
What did you hear?
Azula told me everything. She said she was amazed and impressed with your power and ferocity.
Well, this is just not true. It was Azula.
Why'd you do it?
You're going to have to be a little more
Damn, look at Azula.
Why did you tell Father that I was the one who killed the
Yeah, I want to
Avatar?
know this too.
You seemed so worried about how Father would treat you because you hadn't captured the Avatar. I figured if I gave you the credit, you'd have nothing to worry
Is she
about.
trying to be a good sibling?
I wanted to thank you for your help, and I was happy to share the glory.
You're lying. You have another motive for doing this.
That's what I think, but...
What ulterior motive could I have?
Dude, she looks so different right now.
Unless somehow the Avatar was actually alive.
There's no shot.
All that glory would suddenly turn to shame. Sleep well, Zuzu.
She is the devil, man. Jesus Christ.
I'm not gonna make it. I failed.
Come on, bro. It's Ozai.
You haven't failed, Aang.
But everyone thinks I'm dead again.
Of course. Again. I didn't think about that.
If anyone is to blame for the state of the world, it is me. You inherited my problems and my mistakes. But I believe you are destined to redeem me.
Talk to him.
Save the world.
You already saved the world.
Is that... That's sick.
You can't give up.
I thought we'd see her again somehow like this.
Right. I won't give up.
Okay, there we go. Oh, we're not surfing like that. The moon controls the tides, man. I love that. I love that so much. Oh, yeah, that's a sick shot. Shoutouts to Yue, man, making another appearance. Okay, is this... Have we been here? Momo! Okay, we found him.
You're okay.
Aww. Oh, look at Appa. Look at the homies, man.
You didn't think you could get out of training just by coming to the Fire Nation, did you?
What about the invasion?
We'll join up with my dad in the invasion force on the day of the eclipse.
Oh, it's your glider.
Oh,
If someone saw it, it would give away my identity.
okay, that's big.
It's better for now that no one knows I'm
Yeah, he's
alive.
come around to it. You gonna burn it? It's kind of tragic, man. The staff is so iconic. It does burn. Okay. Is that it? Dude, that was a fantastic episode. You can already feel the tone shift, you know? It made sense that we'd skip a few weeks with there being like a 1.5 to 2 year gap between the end of the Earth book and the start of this one. But so much has changed in that time and so many things have already been set up. Absolutely fantastic. All right, so you put yourself in Aang's shoes, right? Like right off the bat. You've just woken up into like a completely different reality, right? You're on a Fire Nation ship. Everyone's dressed like Fire Nation soldiers. You've got hair, you're super hurt, and then like his memories slowly come back and he just feels like that he's failed and that the world thinks that he's dead just like for the 100 years that he was missing, right? And I didn't quite click click onto that until Aang said it himself, and it makes perfect sense. But very much in character for this show, we went on an entire journey with Aang there in the space of an episode, and I can understand almost every character's point of view about everything in this episode, even Azula and Ozai, which I'll get to in a minute. But obviously, as the episode spells out pretty well, Aang just can't accept the fact that he's failed, like the Earth Kingdom is lost, he has to pretend to be dead, but it makes so much sense for the plan, right? But Aang can't quite see that far into the future yet, but he feels like he has to do it himself, and he feels like he's lost his honor. And that whole transition to Zuko going to see his father, that was just fantastic. Further building on the parallels between these two characters, and I reckon they're going to be a lot more profound in this season, judging off of that. But you can see throughout the episode that Katara was not feeling great towards her father, right? And you can kind of piece together it has something to do with him being away for so long, right? But it's interesting because Sokka was so happy to see him when he did meet up with him a few episodes ago, but Katara had a very opposite reaction, and it seems like she's been carrying that around with her for however long, you know, they've been on this Fire Nation ship together. But it wasn't until when Aang's gone off when he shouldn't have, and Katara then knows he's in danger, that's when Katara finally breaks down to her father. And it was when Hakoda said, that's his way of being brave. So from his perspective, right, like he had to go off, right, and fight in the war. He had to leave his family. Obviously he didn't want to, and he said, you know, how much he missed them, but it's from Katara's perspective about not just Hakoda, her father, but about Aang as well, who she cares very deeply for. Like, why do these people keep having to leave her, you know? And she's saying it's not brave, it's selfish and stupid. It's just because she cares so much, man, and she worries. But it's a really good conversation, and it's almost like Katara like talks herself through it, right? She says she understands why her father had to go, but why does she still feel this way? Well, because Aang's just left as well. So I'm glad that we got through very quickly Katara having this spat with her father, and on the same note, I'm glad we worked quickly through Aang having his, you know, another crisis moment throughout this episode, right? So was he just going off to try and face Ozai on his own, like right there and then? It's not the first time Aang has done something incredibly rash like that, and it's not the first time that the homies have caught up to him either. And that whole scene out on the ocean, man, was just fantastic. Right when Aang is at the point where he feels like he's going to give up and he can't do anything, that's when Roku appears and assures him that, if anything, it's his own fault for not seeing the war coming and preventing it, and Aang is going to be the one to redeem Roku's quote-unquote mistakes, right? It's not Aang's fault that the whole world is like this. That combined with Yue coming down from the moon, I guess in spirit form, that was really cool. That's helped Aang see, you know, what he has to do, that he can still do this. And I'm pretty sure that was a combination of Aang waterbending plus Yue controlling the tides, like as the moon spirit that propels him to that island in the Fire Nation. It looked pretty similar. I was wondering if that was the island that they went to, like a fire temple, right? Where Aang like met Roku the first time, like in the spirit world. Well, not for the first time, but in that really epic episode. And that's where the homies have found him again. Thank goodness. Aang's burned his stuff. I think that's kind of symbolic, right? Like the Avatar's meant to be dead right now. But I think they might be on their own for a while, right? Like Sokka said, they're going to meet up with Hakoda and everyone else on the day of the invasion. So I'm really excited to see what happens with the Aang gang and all this. Like we're in the Fire Nation, like we're all like dressed in red a little bit. It's going to be a good time, I'm sure. Now let's talk about Zuko and Azula and Ozai and all this stuff, because this is the juicy stuff. So throughout this whole situation, you can see Zuko is like, he's not feeling right. You know, in his heart, you can tell that he knows he's done something wrong, which even if it's just betraying Iroh, right, you can see that all of this has affected him. They get welcomed back as heroes. Azula gets all of her props, which she does deserve. She killed it. I know she's an antagonist in this situation, but she absolutely killed it. And Zuko goes to meet his father for the first time in 3 years, and Ozai is like, he does not look like how I thought. He has like a really kind face, like it was really soft. Like obviously, like he's the Fire Lord and he's done some really not great things like in the past, right? And we have such a negative view of him because we're looking through the eyes of Zuko, but he kept his word. Obviously, Azula has fed him lies, which I'll talk about in a minute, and said that Zuko was the one to kill the Avatar. And Ozai is like, you have restored your honor. Like Iroh put the idea out there, I think in season 1, that Ozai might not even restore Zuko's honor even if he did capture the Avatar. But upon hearing that Zuko did kill the Avatar, Ozai's kept his word. But Zuko knows, first of all, that there is the chance that Aang is still alive, because he heard from Katara that she can heal, especially with that special water that she showed Zuko. Dude, that is the biggest tongue twister. You know, when she showed Zuko the special water, which could have healed Zuko's scar potentially. So Zuko knows there's a possibility that whatever injuries Aang sustained, Katara could potentially heal them with the special water. But he knows it was Azula that dealt the final blow. He knows there's a possibility that Aang is still alive. And I think Azula picked up on that, right? In their little conversation earlier by the pond, or maybe she was already considering it a possibility, but she is just a demon. Like she had me for a second. I was like, is she genuinely doing Zuko like a good thing? Like she sounded like quite different when when they were in the underground thing under Ba Sing Se last episode, she almost seemed like genuine towards Zuko, like she wants her brother, you know, to come home. But no, she's the devil, man. Even if she has no idea, she's put these seeds into place, right? Like that if Aang is still out there and then Ozai learns it, he's gone again, like absolutely destroyed. So you can see the path like the show is pushing this in, right? If Zuko thinks about this too much, he might just exile himself or just leave and try and find the Aang gang. That would be awesome. I can see that as a possibility. But man, all of that stuff with like Zuko, Azula, it's just another shakeup, you know? I didn't think it could get better, but it has, and I'm here for it. And May and Zuko, I can't believe I haven't talked about this yet. Like I said, that came out of nowhere. Obviously, we knew that May had a thing for Zuko, right? And it has been a few weeks, but all of a sudden, like May has wasted no time, it seems. And she's just gone for it. But look, man, if it makes Zuko happy, I'm here for it. Even Azula was saying May has seemed very happy lately, which is pretty out of character for her. But that's like an interesting dynamic, man, because I've been saying like Ty Lee and May, they're very different from Azula. They're much more likable characters. Obviously, Azula is very iconic in her own right, but she is like a demon. So if Zuko like goes to our side, I could see him bring in like May or Ty Lee somehow. We know Ty Lee has a bit of a thing for soccer as well, but that's all really interesting as well. And I think with that, I think that's everything. This might be a bit of a longer discussion, and I almost want to apologize for leaving the Zuko stuff until the end, because that is easily like the juiciest stuff. But all the things that Aang was going through this episode was really big time as well. And I feel like when Zuko opens Azula's like bedroom door to talk, that's like a callback, right, to the Zuko's past episode where Azula comes into Zuko's room about their mother, right? It definitely reminded me of that. So I think that's really cool if that's what they've done. And plus the pond, you know, with the turtle ducks was a little callback to that episode as well. But I think that is everything. I have a really great vibe about this season now. It just feels so different. It even looks a little bit different. Obviously, this show has an incredible reputation, so whatever happens, I know it's going to be really good. I've said it many times throughout this watch through already, but it's just so exciting actually being in the middle of this after like wanting to watch this show for like 15 years and of just never doing it. So I'm really excited to be in the middle of this, and all of you guys watching and liking and commenting and making it that much more of an enjoyable experience for me as well. So I'm going to leave this one here now. Thank you all so much for watching. If you enjoyed, please leave a like and subscribe to the channel if you want to see more. And as always, please continue to leave your comments and feedback down below. You know I always appreciate it, and we'll see you all in the next episode of Avatar.